Spanish Holidays Continued by John Ogwyn Rees. Local Spanish Power. After a few years had gone by, the reputation of Cypsela had spread far and wide. There was an obvious increase from England, and no doubt brought about by Alan Ashcroft and Patsy and all their friends from Lancashire. The Munster contingent had influenced so many from Germany, particularly members of staff and families that worked in the British Forces schools. One year, Kelvin Catesby joined us from Munster. He was a most accomplished guitarist. He could sing and play most of the popular songs that were top of the pops in the 70s. It was therefore quite natural, after an evening meal, either eating out or at a local restaurant or on the campsite, that a group of us, mostly members of the Munster Garrison Dramatic Players Society, would gather, normally in our opening, to bring along their chairs and tables and start an evening sing-song. Soon the Spanish families started to bring their chairs and their contributions in song and dance. Everyone seemed to be having a great time, and the evenings became, with time, truly international. The sing-songs became so popular, even the guards brought their chairs round and joined in. One sunny morning, Brenda and I found a letter under the caravan door. The letter was from the camp management, indicating that we were to leave the camp all together with several of our friends the following day at noon. We were accused of causing evening disturbances. We were to report to the reception offices with all our documents and pay for our camp dues. When word got around, particularly amongst our Spanish friends, they all came round to offer their support and assured us that we were not to worry. The next day, as midday approached, it became clear that they'd all decided on the appointed hour to walk in procession to the reception area with us. Word got round like wildfire, and soon a most impressive and vociferous group arrived at reception. A spokesman, acting on our behalf, pointed out in no uncertain terms to the management that it was such a shame that such a brilliant campsite did not offer evening entertainment similar to that provided by these Brits, and that there was going to be a revolt on their hands, and that furthermore there would be a mass camp exodus as a protest. The result of this massive protest was that we were allowed to stay. We had a very noisy but quite superb celebration party. The camp staff were invited as honoured guests and seemed to thoroughly enjoy themselves. We were delighted to note that the following year evening entertainment was in place, and discos and dances became part of the camp programme. We'd like to feel that we helped in some small way to bring about these changes at Cypsela. A few years later, the very, very famous Alan Wicker and Cliff Mitchellmore arrived at the campsite. They were a big, famous television team doing a holiday programme. The programme was an outstanding success, but the following year the site was overrun by British campers and the whole atmosphere of Cypsela changed. We felt that it was time to move on. But we didn't move far. We bought a small apartment not so very far from the campsite. It had a 25-metre swimming pool, and the complex had Spanish, Dutch, French, English and German owners. We certainly could start a few songs here. Go there one day and see if you can find any of these places. And if you do, think of us in the 70s in Spain. Thank you.